Hello, welcome back to Wooly in Space Engineers. So, yeah, we are exactly where we left off last episode, and we're on the USS Blunt Object. Yeah, what we're going to do first is something that was requested. We're going to pop into this, and then we're going to kind of face in this direction. And let's let's see if we can swing round a little bit. Yeah, there's one thing I didn't show in the last episode, and that is the quite frankly amazing crash modeling. Here we go. We got you. Ooh. And boom. There we go. And then if we... Oh, I'm stuck in him. I'm stuck inside him. Look at that. Oh my goodness. There's gyroscopes floating all over the place. Wrecked. And I can't reverse now because I'm missing most of my reversing thrusters. It'd be nice to have some sound on that. That would be good. Come on. Yeah, I'm lacking power now as well, so. Boom. Love it. Okay, well, that's enough of that silliness. Let's jump out, and there's one thing. Here we go. Oh, everything's all kind of wiggly. Right, okay. So let's fight our way clear of our wrecked ship. Look at this. Look at the deformation. That's really good. Turn the jetpack on. Oh yeah, the first person view is a lot better. So anyway, on to today's episode. What we are going to be doing is we're going to investigate the mechanics of the game. Before I start designing my own ship, I want to know exactly what it is I need to look, how I need to design things. So what we're going to do is we're going to press G, and this is another thing I didn't realize. Look at all the items. And yes, we are in creative mode, and that's because we're locked into creative mode. Survival mode is actually disabled because they don't think it's quite ready, needs a bit of testing or something like that. So yeah, that's a thing. What have we got? 3 is light armor block. Cool. So we're going to make a test rig. Now, is it control? Yeah, it's control. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to create a big long doobery like that. And we're going to mount some stuff on this and see how the game reacts. Because I'm interested in finding that out. So the first thing we're going to test is gyros. Actually, I guess what we need first is a reactor. So let's bung a large reactor on there. Where are they? That large reactor. Cool. We'll pop that there. And so, yeah, when you're designing a ship, pop one of these on like that. And now anything that's touching the metal of the ship will get powered. So like there are conduits or something. So running through all of the armor blocks at least. I'm not sure about internal walls. So what we're also going to do is pop a little platform out. Oh, can't drag a square. Like that. And put a cockpit on that. So doopy-doo. Cockpit. Oh yeah, come on. We would like... Can I has? Cockpit. Some larger writing would be lovely. Cockpit, thank you. Or clearer symbols or something. Right, let's face it. Is it that? Yeah, that way will do. And we're going to put on a gyroscope. No. And the old Minecraft instincts. We'll put a gyroscope on, and then we're going to enter our ship, and we're going to see... Oh wow, that moves super easily. I guess it can't be that heavy. That is interesting. That actually moves so fast that it's going to be difficult to test whether it's any faster in different configurations. Now, one thing I wonder is if we grab some thrust, are the gyros having to fight against the kind of self-correcting elements of the thrust? So let's pop you on there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then this guy is, let's see. Up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that there. And then rotate you around there. And there. And let's see, because they tend to try and correct. Whoops. Please, thank you. No, so that is interesting. I wonder if how much the mass affects this, because it's certainly not that easy to control the ships that are already made. So let's bung a load of weight on this thing. C is down. And let's put a big block of metal on it. Oh, get away. Pop you along there, and you along there. And see if that makes a difference. And this can lead us into, actually weight testing can lead us into another test. And that is, hello. Thank you. So, oh yeah, so that is slower. Definitely slower. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go back to our original test. So we've got a gyro in the middle. What I'm going to do is we're actually going to put another one there. Pop. Pop, thank you. Get ourselves back in here. Oh, we're back to quite a fast speed. Okay, so it's going to be slightly difficult to tell, but what I want to know is if I get rid of these guys and then I put a gyro at the ends, that will do. One there and one there. Is it faster or slower? Much slower. Yeah, that feels much more sluggish. Okay, so you want to keep your gyros, it looks like you want to keep your gyros back in the center of the ship. So if we put those back there. Oh, 1, 2, and T. And yeah, that's a lot more responsive. Okay, that's good to know. Another thing to test is what if we put a gyros... Oh, no. Oh. I think... I'm not sure it's possible to reconnect those bits now. Oh well. Let's get rid of them. And pop that back in there. So if we put our gyros on the end here, and let's put 3 down just to make it nice and responsive. Does the ship rotate around the gyros or the center of the ship? So it rotates around the center of the ship, and it seems to rotate as fast as when they were in the middle, which is interesting. It means they like to be close together, and that kind of makes sense if you're using the gyroscopic force by moving the internal gyro weight to induce rotation in the ship. It kind of makes sense for them to be close together. Now it's kind of weird that they act around the center of the ship rather than around themselves, but maybe not, I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we're now going to place a load of mass. Yeah, I'd rather scroll wheel control my item selection rather than me having to click numbers, to be honest, but I'm going to put a load of mass here. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a chair being dragged around downstairs. And then we're going to... can I control... Oh yeah, I can. I can control delete. Get rid of some of this here. And what we're doing is we're slewing the center of gravity off to one side. What I'm hoping will happen is it will rotate around the center of gravity, which is not all the way over there, but is a little bit over there. Let's put a bit more down. Hop. And in fact, let's remove our large reactor and bung him over there as well. There. Get rid of that. No, 0, 9, 0. There we go. Okay, so let's go in and... difficult to tell. I don't believe that I am rotating around me anymore. See, the worst thing would be that it rotates around either the cockpit or around the geographic center of the ship. So although the mass is all over that end, it's still roughly, yeah, this is still the middle of the ship. I think that's what it's doing. Let's have a look. That's not going to be such a bad idea, bad thing. It's not very realistic. Let's... Hello, come on. Oh, I need to select an item. Go. It's not too bad because the center of mass is generally going to be around the physical center of your ship. Yeah, I think that is rotating around the center of the structure rather than where the mass is, which, as I say, is unrealistic, but generally that's what things are going to be like anyway. Let's bung a big spindly arm all the way over. Oh, can I? There? All the way over there, and try that one again. Let's get back into first person mode because that's what I really want to be in. Oh, doesn't like that. I think it's very difficult to tell. You've not got very many reference points. Let's see if we can find ourselves. In fact, first let's put some more gyros on this thing because that's a little annoying. To control, so pop, 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 pop. Lots of gyros. And you're moving away because you've not got enough thrusters to correct that. T, hello. T, thank you. Right, so let's rotate ourselves around. There's the sun. There's our ships. Where are... Ah, there they are. So let's get over to this asteroid and see if we can't measure this. And it might be a bit slow, so I'm going to cut until I'm over there. Okay, so we are in a kind of driftingly close to this thing. So let's get over to one of these guys. In fact, you know what? Let's bang some thrusters on before before he drifts away. On you and on you, and can we... Oh, he's actually traveling faster than the jetpack can. Excellent. Yeah, let me catch up with this guy. Okay, so here we are at test rig 2, because test rig 1, well, yeah, that's actually drifted completely off, and I have no idea where it is now. It just went off into space. So yeah, we've got engines pointing in all directions, generator below us, and all the way at the end of that arm we've got some gyros. So what we're going to do, and apparently not enough, but we're going to... I'm not sure why I put them over there, because we've already discovered that it doesn't actually... It doesn't make any difference where the gyros are, or at least it doesn't seem to. So, oh, yeah, let's try not to break our ship. Okay, so if we rotate around the center of the structure, we're about to smash the cockpit into the asteroid. If we rotate around the cockpit, then the rest of the armor is going to fly away. So let's look. Bang, right, good. So it's not centered around the cockpit, which would have been the worst solution. So, I mean, that is pretty good. It means what we can do is, well, let's put it in terms that almost anyone here, oh, there we go. Drifting. Can grasp, I hope. Yep, there we go. And that is the Millennium Falcon. Okay, so if you've watched Star Wars, you'll know what the Millennium Falcon is, and that basically is an asymmetrical design. The cockpit's off to one side. The ship doesn't rotate around the cockpit, it rotates around the center of mass, or the center of the ship. I mean, it is a film, so it's not particularly accurate, I guess. But yeah, so that is a thing, and that's good. So we could build the Millennium Falcon, and it will behave itself. It will be very disorienting to fly, I would imagine, with a off-center cockpit. But it might be fun to build a ship with an off-center cockpit for precisely that reason. Okay, so yeah, let's use this guy now to get away from this asteroid. And see... There you go, first ship. What we're going to do is, I think... Yeah, we're going to put a big arm on the side again. Let's get rid of this guy. We're going to put a big arm, get rid of this guy. Number 3. Hold control. What? Come on. Trying to follow the imaginary line. Pop. And let's put a cockpit here. I'm not facing that way because that does seem to dictate the way your ship faces. So it's got to face forward. And yeah, we can put our final thruster back on the end here. That's the one. And let's pop in. So what we're testing here is basically when we thrust, we already know that it's going to rotate around the center of the structure. When we thrust now, technically speaking, you'd have to have amazing gyroscopes to keep this ship straight. So let's actually let's give ourselves a point of reference. So for example, this asteroid, and I can't wait for Xbox controller support for the flying. It would be very nice to be able to pick up my Xbox controller and do the flying with that, or pull a joystick out, but apparently neither of those are implemented. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so we are pretty much going completely straight. Just a minute, I'm going to clear my... So we're pretty much going absolutely straight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to temporarily remove that guy. So the gyro can't compensate. And now let's have a see what happens. Okay, so we're still moving straight. You can see that pretty clearly. We're going straight at that asteroid. Which is disappointing. It would be nice to be it would be nice if we had to like take note of those sort of things. So yeah, it's a shame that that's not a thing. Maybe it'll be a thing in the game at some later point, but at the moment it's not. So let's put our gyro down again and a cockpit down again. And can I you know what is E? Does E do anything? Oh yeah, E rotates. I might have to map a thumb button. At the moment they're set to numbers because it's my Minecraft mouse profile, but T is a bit awkward. Okay, so I know what I was going to do. Let's double check that yeah, without a gyro there is no steering, so all the steering is gyroscopically controlled. So that is good to know. So what have we found out through trial and error? So far we've found out keep your gyros together. It doesn't matter where you put them in the ship, but they seem to work best if they are close to each other. Mass does not seem to matter in your ship layout. You can have all the heavy things on one side or at the top or the bottom, and it doesn't seem to affect the responsiveness of the ship. However, layout. So layout does matter. You're going to want to keep your ship reasonably symmetrical in terms of dimension. Mostly kind of like width, because we had a massive weight on one side and not on the other side, and it didn't seem to change the center of rotation too much there. So that is interesting. Hey, let's put our asymmetric cockpit in, shall we? 6. Put you there. Pop. Whee! Now it's a shame you can't enter first person view in the big ships. The small ships are a little small, and I'll show you the small ships actually. Let's get over to the platform because I completely missed them in the last episode. Where is the platform? There it is. But there are a couple of small ships on the map, so that's cool. Small ships, because I've played a little bit in a different world. I didn't want to touch the LP world. Just crashed a few ships and looked at some of the other starter maps. Didn't do any building or anything like that because I wanted to do that with you guys. Yeah, there are a couple of small ships, and you can... Whoa! Crash! Oh, look at this guy. He's still here. Crashed into a space platform and he's still here. Wonderful. Does that... Yeah, all the engines work. Awesome. Little bit of dentage there. These guys are pretty cool. We can tee into there and we can enter first person view, which is awesome pie. So if we were to build our Millennium Falcon, I think we would want to build it as a small ship. That's not saying I'm gonna build a Millennium Falcon. I'll probably build a Millennium Falcon. Yeah, he's a bit skippy. Yeah, the mouse controls are really sluggish on most things, even like the people. So I've got the sensitivity ramped right up. But in these guys, you can be spinning all over the place. I've read why. Oh yeah, why if you want to cruise somewhere, get a course set. If you hit Y, bonk, turns your reactor off, and there you go. That's what passes for autopilot in the game. Not really an autopilot, because if you do this, help, turn the reactor back on and dead stop. Anyway, the episode's getting long. I think next episode we are probably going to get on to building some things. But I did want to go through... Hello? Okay. I did want to... Where is our test rig and the platform? I did want to go through those experiments with you guys. Is that it? Well, kind of difficult to tell from this angle. I think it is. Yeah, that is. I wanted to go through the experiments with you so we can get things kind of sorted in our head as to how we're going to design our ship. And yeah, I think we can say, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for keeping the gyros and all the reactors and stuff in the middle of the ship, simply because it doesn't make any difference where you put them, so they might as well be nice and central. Does give us a lot of leeway to build kind of aesthetically, and basically, if you want a corridor to go somewhere, that's fine. If it's in the center of mass, it doesn't matter. You just put your reactor somewhere else in the ship. It doesn't seem to make a difference. Try and keep the dimensions of the ship equal around the center on which we want it to rotate. And that is what we're going to do. So we didn't really build anything apart from a couple of derpy rigs, but I feel I understand the game better. So anyway, that is all we've got time for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Ooh. Bye-bye. Whoa!